Congratulations to Coach Hawkins and UC Davis. They outplayed us, they outcoached us, and they deserve all the credit. Obviously, I have to be better. It all starts with me, and so we got to go back to basics. It appears that we need to learn how to block and tackle, because that was missing at critical moments in tonight's game. You know, there were some bright moments. I was proud of the fight in the second half. I thought we made that thing interesting. You know, the fumble on the drive when Tyler got hurt was a crushing kind of momentum change, I felt like. But too many penalties, too many missed tackles, too much pressure on the quarterback. So I was coming in this game, I was hopeful that we were closer to being where we wanted to be as a football team. And if tonight's any indication, which is the only one I have this season, we're not. We got work to do. So obviously we've got a really good opponent next week on the road, and we got to go to work getting this thing right.
Questions for Coach Aaron?
Say that again. Because that's how it came out in training camp and spring practice. That was the order, in terms of percentages, big plays, decision making, that kind of stuff. Josh was unavailable in the second half, and Michael went in there, and we were having trouble protecting him. And so I felt like, you know, Montel, we gave Michael 3 series, and he didn't do much with it. So we were like, let's let Montel get in there, maybe use his legs a little bit. And, you know, he showed up and did a nice job. I mean, they were both awful, so you could choose either one. Our inability to stop them and our inability to move the football. I mean, they were both crippling in the first half, and the scoreboard reflected it. Kind of what I said going into it. You know, if you listen to my press conference from Monday, very well coached team. They played really, really hard. You know, Coach Hawkins has done a great job getting that effort and that understanding of what that should look like. And then some fantastic playmaking, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, from quarterback, the receiver, the tight end, the running back. You know, they were all brilliant, in my opinion. You know, the quarterback makes it go. He's an awesome player. He is an awesome player. You know, I don't know yet. Tyler Nevins is, you know, obviously he was taken off the field. He seemed to be moving his extremities, and so that's in the doctors right now. So I'll get an update here shortly.
Earlier tonight you said that the team has to learn to block and tackle, is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, in regards to the team having to learn how to block and tackle, what do you do for the past 8 months?
Well, it would appear that we didn't do much, Andrew. But like I said, I give credit to UC Davis. They beat us, you know, and I think, you know, not having a lot of young players in the game and guys that haven't seen a college football game yet, you know, it showed up a little bit. And so we got to do a better job of teaching those young guys and putting them in positions where they can make the play. And obviously that's something that we'll work on when we get going tomorrow. I thought that was really good. You know, I think some of those series in the first half that sputtered didn't sputter because of bad play calls. They sputtered because of drop passes, you know, drop pass pick. You know, the stuff like that's, you know, devastating. But that was great. Those guys are doing a good job. I'm really glad that they're both here. Well, I felt like we finally were pushing the pocket a little bit and rallying to the football. I felt like our effort kind of turned up a little bit there, but they did a good job. They did a good job finding ways to get their playmakers the ball, and obviously we had trouble stopping it. I think that'd be, Packer and Malik. Both those guys played tonight. They've both been good players over time here, so I think that'll fall on them. And then you might see Brandon Manigo play a little bit.
Throughout fall camp and interviews this week, you talked about the blue line standards of the 100 improvement.
Yeah.
In terms of the blue line standard, what's your message to the team after tonight's disappointment? What do you want them to learn?
Well, we had a chance to prove it and we didn't, and that's my fault. That's my fault. And so we got to look at the tape and see where we were wrong in terms of scheme and maybe personnel on both sides of the ball and in the kicking game, and then put it back together for next week's game plan. He's good. He said, "I love you, Coach." I said, "I love you too."
Yes, again, 20% of sports. Clearly, this is not the result that fans, whether they're older fans or the new students who were really excited.
Right.
The team. This is not the result we wanted to see. And many fans have spoken this throughout the offseason have been clamoring for something better than what they've been seeing lately. And so, what's your message to the young, to the students, to the older fans? What's your message to them after what happened?
That's a good question. We really missed an opportunity to capitalize on a good crowd tonight, just from students and fans and alums alike. So that's really disappointing. My message is to stick with us. This process of getting this to where we all want it to be takes time, and I'm sure they think they're pretty frustrated, but compared to me, they have no idea how frustrated I am.
How did you feel about Josh Oliver's attitude throughout the game?
Fantastic. It's great. Total leader. I felt like that's why we were still in it at the end. You know what I mean? We've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half, and I felt like, I was encouraged in the second half performance. I really was. And we didn't finish the way we wanted it to, and, that's my fault. But the way they came back, the attitude, the energy on the sideline was really positive. And that's something I think we can build on.
It really came down to they had one more possession than you guys had. Slow start. There's definitely a few points where either taking the possessions away or just keeping the offense on longer. I noticed you guys schemed up the defense on points, and you guys really came alive on leading, playing back and stuff there.
Yep.
What are some things to, besides maybe having Aaron start and maybe keeping the offense out there? It really came down to one more possession.
Right.
Two more possessions you could have definitely kept away from that.
And that's college football. Most of the games are decided in the fourth quarter, and I thought our defensive staff did a great job at halftime. Kind of putting back together and getting a better plan, or a plan that was going to work. And I thought the players played hard, and that's the good sign. The frustrating thing is that we didn't get the result we want, and when you turn it over 3 times, those are 3 possessions that we didn't get, or that were cut short or didn't end the way we wanted it to. So, it still comes down to, turnover battle, and we didn't win it, so we didn't win the game.
Any more questions for Coach? Victor, one more.
How do you feel the conditioning of the team was?
I thought it was good. I mean, it seemed, I don't know. Jamal's over there. He could tell me. We played over 100 plays on defense. I'm not sure what the offensive number was. So I thought those kids were, we didn't have a lot of guys cramping. I'm sure we'll have some guys banged up, but I thought in terms of their conditioning level, the time and effort they put out in the summer, showed up in a positive way, and we'll continue to build on that.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, now Victor, let's start with Victor over here.
Hi, Jamal. Victor Keenum.
How you doing?
How were you seeing the field? I mean, were you seeing, I know you could see where people were seeing things, but they just maybe couldn't get to it. And would you think that was more scheme, or would you say that was more personnel football?
You know, they did a good job of just, they had a up-tempo offense, and, you know, we just didn't do a good job of just lining up right after the play. I feel like we could have had a little more hustle in that regard. But, I mean, I don't think it was much scheme or anything they did. I think it was more us. But they did do a good job of just scheming us up and just tempo. But, yeah, that was –
Well, it did seem like they had some talent at quite a few positions. How would you compare their personnel to what you would see in the
Good personnel. You know, they had a good tight end, 87. I think number 3 was pretty solid. We just wish we could have executed better, you know, and just, you know, next week just got to get back to the drawing board and just get better.
Andrew?
Yes, Jamal. So this is Andrew from 24/7 Sports.
Mm.
Tonight you had 11 tackles and 36 solo, but one stat that stood out was your pass breakup. That would happen during when UC Davis went for it on fourth down territory, and then you wrote a pass to your big tight end number 87. So tell me how that play unfolded.
You know, it was a disguised man coverage. Came from the field, and I seen he was going to do like a little drag. I just had to stay stout, and he tried to knock me off my path, tried to stay stout on him, and just had to lock him up. You know, he big dude, strong, he's good tight end. So, you know, I seen him coming across the middle, just try to hold on for dear life. But, I mean, blessed to make that play, for real. Like for us, like defense, you know, first half, I feel like we knew they were going to go tempo, so we were just, I don't think, you know, we were kind of prepared for that, but I think that's what kind of took us off guard. But I think the second half, when we came out in the second half and we knew what was going to go on, we knew what they were going to do offensively. I think that was a turning point, and you could see in the second half we stopped them a lot more, and we were just better. We were more sound on defense in the second half. So.
Vicente Vera from the Daily.
Mm-hmm.
Spartan Daily? Yeah, Spartan. I don't have a question. I just want to say that you made me laugh.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Any other questions for Jamal? No? Jamal, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. I think start off with Bailey. Questions for Bailey? Andrew?
Thanks, Bailey. So this is Andrew from 24/7 Sports, and tonight you had 6 catches for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. Talk about how you did today.
I think I started off slow. I think the whole team started off slow, and that's all of our faults, really. But, I mean, I'm just trying to go out there and just make plays for my team and just hopefully build some momentum. And the most important thing is getting the win, and that's what we didn't get. So that's what's on our mind right now.
Yeah, Vicente Vera from the Spartan Daily. How do you feel about getting 79 yards touchdown?
It felt good to be able to open up, show my speed, just, you know, being able to make a play and then make it a 6-point game. I think that was a big momentum swing for us with a couple seconds left in the third quarter. But it was just good just to do that for the team.
Victor?
No, I mean, it's just football, you know. I mean, they're on their side competing. We're over here competing. So, I mean, never going to knock down our teammates for not blocking or anything like that. If anything, I'm frustrated because the play didn't get executed and we didn't get yards. But it's not. It's never about myself. It's always about the team. But if I did come off like that, then that's my fault.
Finally, talk about your last touchdown of the night where you made a driving catch that I saw a flag for PI
Mm-hmm.
on fourth down.
Yeah, so on that one, it was 4th and 2. So I think, you know, just trying to make a play, just trying to make something happen. Just the ball was inside kind of, so I just tried going in and making a play and keep the drive going to make it a one-possession game.
Do you feel that the DBs were giving you a hard time since they saw the PI flag as they were in the
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they don't want me to catch the ball, so and my job's to catch the ball. So it's just a fight for it, and I got it.
Any other questions for Bailey? Bailey, thank you very
Cool.
much.
Thank you, guys.
We'll start off with Montel.
How you guys doing tonight?
Questions for Montel?
Gabriel Montoya from the Spot Daily. Montel, how to feel out there first game of the season?
It felt good. Never want to be in that situation to where your score is less than your opponent's. But I feel like there's a lot of good things that we're going to see on tape that we can learn from and take into next week. Monday before practice, it was announced to the team.
Yes, Montel. Andrew, 24/7 Sports. Throughout the week in the off-season, I heard Coach Brent talk about how, throughout this week, I said, I've heard Coach Brent talk about how players, starting quarterbacks, that is, they earn the right to be a starter in practice, but they earn the right to be the man in game. So how do you feel that, do you feel that you earned the right to be the man tonight?
I wouldn't necessarily extend it that far. I would just say that we went into the game with a game plan. They told me to be ready whenever my name was called if that time came up. And so I just try to be as ready as possible. So we're going to see what steps we want to make next week as we start getting ready for the next game.
Anyone else? Victor?
Where you were or where you thought you were in the pecking order from last season to off season to now, and obviously it's a little different from maybe what the coaches see. Do you feel as confident as you did? Were you more confident this year than last year?
I would say I feel more confident this year than last year. Just having that experience from last year, I feel like I was able to learn a lot of things, and I still have a lot of strides to make, but it is a process. I would say that it's all mental to me, so when it's my time to go out there, I have to have the confidence no matter who started the game or what was said in the offseason or anything. We're in that moment right there. We just got to conquer that moment. Man, it's a good feeling. I definitely felt a change of momentum in the game, and I was hoping that we could run with it for a little longer. But just to have that connect with Bailey Gaither, I feel like it's definitely something that we worked a lot on in the offseason, so it's just really good to see it actually connect in the game.
Any more questions for Montel this evening? Okay, Montel, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.